Okay, we got a question from YouTube. What is the best approach to the game when you're naturally a quiet, introverted person? Some people have described me as shy, and sometimes I feel out of place gaming, like I'm not being myself. Any advice? So first of all, I am what you describe probably as a natural introvert myself. In fact, that's why I got into game, is that I wasn't naturally meeting girls through friends of friends, and I didn't want to be in a fraternity in college and those kind of things because it didn't appeal to me. So that's actually why I got into game. The thing about being an introvert is this. It is actually helpful in some parts of the game and not helpful in others. Once you are one-on-one with a girl, once you're actually connecting with her and being more intimate with her, being an introvert is actually going to help you because you are going to naturally connect more. You're going to actually enjoy that one-on-one conversation more. You're going to be able to chill in that low energy vibe that is that vibe leading up to sex better. However, being an introvert is not helpful on the open. It's not because you're going to have probably more approach anxiety as an introvert. It's not helpful on the open because the very definition of introvert is you like to not expend a lot of energy socially. And on an open, whatever the energy level of the interaction is, you have to come in at a higher energy level and get their attention. But here's what I want you to understand as an introvert. Basically two things. One, the fact that you're an introvert means you have even more motivation, even more reason to learn game than someone who's an extrovert, because it's actually going to be more important for you. So let that light a fire under your ass a little bit and let that be like, you need it more, all right? But the other thing to realize is this. The natural inclination you're going to have as an introvert is to go in and try and be efficient, to try and go in at the lowest energy level you possibly can. And here's what happens. If maybe the energy level to hold someone's attention is 7 out of 10 energy, and you go in at 7 out of 10, that's great, you got the energy, but then you have to keep putting in 7 out of 10 energy and 7 out of 10 energy, and you keep having to work and work and work throughout the entire interaction. On the other hand, if you went in and just put in 10 out of 10 energy for that first 30 seconds, and get them hooked, get them participating in the conversation, then you can sit back and put in that 3 out of 10 energy that as introverts we like to do, or we're relaxed and cool and calm, and the girl's chasing us. That will actually happen for you. So it seems efficient. It's your natural instinct to go low energy at the start. As an introvert especially, but as anyone, you need to go higher energy at the start. Go higher energy than necessary and commit to 30 seconds or a minute of high energy. Not high energy, actually high intensity, high engagement. Okay, you need to engage hard with the conversation for 30 seconds to a minute. And then once the girl gets hooked, once she starts asking you questions, when she starts participating, when she starts giggling, blushing, anything like that, once she just starts responding, you can sit back and lower your energy level. But that is actually the more efficient way to game rather than what you think of as efficient. So really what you need to do is just commit, say, you know what, I'm going to go hard for 30 seconds. If it doesn't work, I'm willing to leave. But I'm just going to commit to 30 seconds hard. And even as an introvert, even with whatever kind of social dread you may have, or even with whatever kind of like desire to keep it low energy or to not expend social energy, just commit to 30 seconds. I promise you, if you go hard and right for those 30 seconds, a good percentage of the time, it's going to go well enough that then you can sit back and have a nice conversation that does suit your style and where you're actually going to have an advantage over the extroverts because you're going to connect better than they will. Aside from that general advice that is true to all of game, as an introvert, you can actually cater to your introverted style a little bit by choosing where and how you game, all right? So introverts typically will not like big, loud, dancey clubs where it's boom, boom, boom music and a lot of physicality, whereas introverts oftentimes will like more quiet, loungy bars or coffee shops or oftentimes day game, right? That may appeal to you more as an introvert. I know that for me personally, the way that I like to game tends to be a little more quiet, a little more verbal. I like environments where I can get a one-on-one conversation more often rather than having to manage a group. Now that said, groups are very useful. You want to learn that skill. Don't completely neglect it because a lot of hot girls are found in groups. But if you go out into environments where you don't necessarily have to deal with like 10 friends running all over the place and jumping and screaming and dancing, that's probably going to cater to your natural style and your natural talents better than actually like the loud, crazy environments would be. Right? So that kind of stuff, choosing your environments well can be good for an introvert. The other thing that is really good for you as an introvert, potentially, is actually doing online game. Online game as an introvert, you actually have an advantage over extroverts in some way because you probably have a little more like patience and diligence and a willingness to like sit there alone and craft your profile, and it probably will bore you less. And you'll have a little bit of time to respond and those kind of things, which is more of a laid-back, chill kind of a vibe. You might like that, and especially introverts, where introverts do excel is on dates, right? When they get the girl one-on-one, that's where introverts do really, really well. The nice thing about online dating is you're going straight from messaging to a date. You don't have that like social environment where there's a lot of stimulus to go about meeting the girl. Now, again, I'm not saying you should devote all your time and energy to only online, because there are a lot of advantages to live game, but it's another avenue that may cater to you very, very nicely as an introvert. And especially getting girls on dates, getting numbers, following up, getting dates is probably something that will appeal to you and will like kind of suit your social instincts a lot better than, again, going and doing crazy, loud, wild things would. Okay, so you can choose your environments, you can choose the games you play as an introvert, in addition to playing the games you play well.